Alright, so let's talk about Google Earth. One of my favorite apps that's ever come out is Google Earth. And the iPad version doesn't have all the features, but it's a pretty good start. Alright, so the iPad version. Click on Google Earth, and of course comes up the Earth. It's usually centered around your present location or continent. Alright, I'm just going to go through a little bit about how to navigate through Google Earth and some of the different tricks and things that you can do in here. Alright, this of course is the compass. You can drag the compass. It's very intuitive, so you just use your fingers to pinch in and zoom. You can use your fingers to twirl. You can zoom and twirl and move. One kind of tip that you can figure out quickly using Google Earth is that if you double click once with, or double click with your fingers, it'll zoom in. If you double click with two fingers, it zooms out. So one finger in, and then two back out. And again, it just zooms, and if you've never used Google Earth, these are satellite images. And you zoom in and you get kind of a, not a real-time view, but a satellite image view of the area. This actually is a place I lived when I was growing up, kindergarten through 4th grade. I lived in Coronado, California. But one thing I want to make sure that you know is about these layers. So if I click on the layers, now there's different layers that you can fold on top of this. You can do places, which kind of gives you all the different hotspots in an area. You can do businesses, which loads a lot of businesses, all kinds of businesses in each area. Panoramio photos, do photos from each area, and I like that one. Wikipedia is an awesome one to keep up. You definitely want to keep the borders and labels so you don't get confused as to where you are. And then you can put on the roads and the ocean. The more layers you add, the slower it gets, depending on your internet connection. So I usually kind of keep it scaled back somewhat. Alright, let me show you, first of all, the panorama photos. So here I am in San Diego. I zoom in, and what you're going to see are little icons that come up that look like little image icons. They're kind of blue icons. They're difficult to see probably on this video. But when you get in and you can see the icon. And what you do is you click on it, and these are photos that people have uploaded from those areas. So if you take a look at each of the areas, there's a bunch of these out there. I mean, there are thousands of these all across the globe. It'll give you an actual photo of that spot. I'm going to go over to Paris, France real quick because I want to show you another feature. The Wikipedia entries are really cool too. And again, all I did was, I should show you that, how to get from place to place. If you want to search for a certain area, you can do it even by address. You click up here in the search bar, and then you just hit search. And here I am in Paris, France. Now, if I come in, anytime you see a small white square with a W on it, and again, this is difficult for you to see, I understand that, but there's small white squares with W's in here. That's a Wikipedia entry. So if you click on that icon, Wikipedia comes up. It's got two entries right here. I'm just going to do the University of Paris. And it brings Wikipedia directly into Google Earth, which is really cool. You get the summary, and then you can go to the full article. And if you click on it, it brings up a whole window for Wikipedia inside Google Earth, which I do like that. Now another trick, as you are zooming in and out, that you can show students, is you can also tilt the Earth. And how you do that is you take two fingers and you drag back and forth. So if I drag back, I can get a horizon view. And I can even then zoom in and out and turn and move. So here I am in Paris. I'm going to take this picture. This is a panorama video or picture. See what that area looks like. So it's really intuitive as far as moving with your fingers. Alright, now let's say I found something and I want to take an image. Let's say a student has found an image, a spot in the world that they want to take a picture of to load into a different project on their iPad. The way to do that in any iPad app is you can take the home key and the power button up at the top and you press them at the same time and it takes a picture. See if you can see this. Okay, so every time you hear that, you press them both at the same time. That means when I come back out here and I go to my camera roll, what that does is that puts that picture directly into my camera roll. And anything like I've shown you in other apps, you can use these pictures in all kinds of different ways. You can load them into those mind maps, you can put them into Animoto videos. There's just a ton of different ways you can use these pictures. Alright, I'm going to come back into Google Earth real quick here. and show you just a few more things. Last but not least, I want to show you what this looks like. Sometimes when you get into Google Earth and you've been flipping and turning, sometimes it's hard to tell where north faces. They got a button here, reorient it so it's north facing. This button here takes you to your current location. If I click on this, you're going to be revealed where my secret location is to record iPad videos. Here I am in North Carolina, and zooming in, Concord, North Carolina, and there is J.N. Freeze Magnet School, which is my school. And another thing I want to show you is the settings. I do like this. The position. The default is off. I've turned it on. What that does is it puts the position, the latitude and longitude right here at the bottom. It also gives you the altitude, which I think is really cool. There's a lot of different applications for that as far as direction finding, scope, slope, all kinds of different ways that you can have kids use that information. Alright, so that is Google Earth on the iPad. Again, not as full featured as the PC or the Mac version, but still a lot of great things you can do with Google Earth on the iPad.